94.7 Asempa FM so ne Ekosiisen dwumadie ena wasugu so awutie no adofonom yesan ma munyina akwa ababie eba Ekosiisen dwumadie yi eso Mamenkai will say Ura Richard Ahiagba Atenase ono Oko Dankwa Institute or Penia or da ano Oko Bia East Constituency or Western North Region and so on. Honorable Richard Achampon Emra Shebejani Ewo Penny for me anyone AD and community Beba budget statement no Esoni Tie Richard Ahiagba. Na answer no MTN Air Ton Safre one customers in Yinase. So person verify or SIM card details are dial star 400 hash. Star 400 hash. Customers are or subscriber details are incomplete. No, you may update your record via a link which will be shared via SMS by MTN, and the customers will be expected to provide a valid ID. Say your old voter ID or passport and also driver's license. Now, wait to me the update or record. Customers with Ghana card and foreign passport must visit any MTN service center for assistance. To verify if your SIM card is registered, kindly dial star 400 hash, star 400 hash. Now, Bibia Enkoye amount. Kindly note this service does not require a confirmation of your Momo PIN. We are good together everywhere you go. That MTN. Richard Ahiagba, ma mintie we. Your kind budget no area. I mean, share the nya only wuni ho enkomo. In the next 10 minutes, no. What do you think? Budget 2021 and comment about how discussions across the parliament.
Yeah, Obi, that's it. I'm saying 2021 budget. Osha 2020 budget I can't say more when I'm covered in some more buyer. Young to me and pursue all the policy agenda by now put it forth. And improvised expense buy nam yadiano and tino. Ama 2021 budget and Ghana for TSS a budget very trying for us and tino. That fact is known. Now, on my crafted budget, I think say a bomb basso. Na me tie debate, and sometimes, I say opposition a jumano. Say a ma a hodinka cra a brim, sebaya, nipa a de a nifufro behe adiano. Now, I share the moment I womu, na a dear day nimu, na a comment to who based on the reality. Yes, be a opposition quantino na e opposition. Budget to normal to needing Bakubia Emedes. First time I think Mate where here. Yeah. Budget ye queen. I think it invokes some spirit to say Ghana for ye ma COVID enke kayen she. Ye be koswa pe kwan ye be faso na Ghana. Who drew no yetumi aye manakosi. Na penifo say Ombekoswa economic revitalization. On say aban buy na economy no be ada na nye. Na nkakra ya manager na growth e could do be 6.7 or say almost 7% e could do na COVID buy atete apansam. Entino sa ni swadi hunu na hoden no a de ye adwuma no. Amampeni through the Minister of Finance person o kire say sa hoden no ho. Na wo kaya sa very timeless pronouncement at present here say economy we dwuma de enimu ye nipa ho nkwan ho ban bo no de enim bebre sa say nipa wu a be ma na nkwa bio no enim e no nti kwan bia be fa so say be prevent say nipa be wu ye wo to me say betumi aye bibia fa ho de be ye na o kire o budget mu say ye be koso aye economy no bibia kodru bia no ye be ho adwuma nti no omo say ye be adwuma no revitalization through completion, consolidation and continuity. Very encouraging. These words alone should form the basis for the debate, and it captures the policy in terms of tax measures. It captures that. But the back one person and they say, "Bibia COVID a buy ma economy no akokudru no at least 19.7 billion. Aye expense abano. Na anka no. It wasn't part of our calculations ever spending. But COVID, Ediaba. And all together, no, our debt position has gotten to a place where we need to take extreme measures. Just said the year 2016 to regenerate the economy. No, we have to do that. And one thing, Mecca, and it's a budget, very balanced. In a sense, say it is finding ways to stimulate the economy, as well as provide means say mobilize revenue. Na to media a fight COVID na to a pija economy na akwakosi mpempe so say wo na enwuma ene nkoso aye pe no etumi aba. Ofa revenue mobilization measures abaye. A friend is saying there's a little bit of taxations abaye no. Ofa ni nyina in total but we say the balance of it our consumption. And no adebia in economic literature no actually say o percent or achieve a balanced growth at a difficult time such as this no. Your emphasis, you have two streams you can tax with my tax, direct income and then consumption, o balance here. When your emphasis is on consumption you don't unduly hamper the growth now over here. You can still achieve your growth, but or tax direct income, you can impede that growth. And the usual budget here, it focuses on consumption because the baby say, consumption, they cannot make a choice away from it. Of course, you can reduce certain consumptions or move away from certain consumptions, but the disincentive, if you increase tax on direct income, you will save yourself from that. So this budget, even though the government needs those revenues, it is provided that balance means, say, direct incomes, direct incomes, nipa benya relief. Now consumption, which you have a choice to vary your taste to be able to survive, or the tax not until ye more, ye sika no so. Na kakra na ebenya enam say ye pese ye boa Ghana koso no will still survive in the country, but then be able to make certain choices rationally to be able to survive and then achieve the goal no say achieve Ghana no. So in that sense this budget today is very balanced. Now is it a difficult budget? Yes, of course. Are we in a difficult time? Yes, of course. So in the difficult time now you will more no and no and a Ghana fu nyina say jina branding near kasa say see me ye Ghana near it comes with certain responsibilities say to me jina okona no ne ko ema Ghana say e chirima baba befa sebi e bia obi nim e china asem say COVID baba bio anase yade bi baba bio no investment e betumi aye from eneno about cushion future generations. This budget provides for that. Into the tax measures I feel say yeshe eno na yedwene ho in two ways. One, as a citizen, it is a occasion for us to understand say we are building this country and the responsibility falls on us to say we must go ahead and support the building of this country. So these measures should not be a thing to contest in a sense to say, oh, na tax Debbie. It is a means to mobilize resource. And then I may chastise me bra penik across or debate in our parliament and na to the bia me senka. Omon bra ye chikakra, ni enhwesa ade no. A Ghana who drew way is different from any budgeter yehunu or Ghana abakosemu. The other thing Mate Obi, unfortunately, the debt balance I wrote your book no so no 291 billion. I am more split between internal. I think the domestic debt is almost about 149 and then 141 for external debt. And now I must say, and this is what I say a brosa. Obi, so that we know if you disaggregate it, we will realize the impact of the NDC 8 years in government is present on our debt. What I say? Ghana is evident. Number one, no take it the 21.6 billion you spend on a banking sector.
Banking sector.
We free more the debt profile in terms of GDP will be about 71%. Okay? But the Kanhua, you're almost about 76%, 76%. That's direct NDC. But almost almost say. Uye say a kwanya ye befa so ama your banking sector and the restructuring effort and I said to complete the cleanup exercise. Now it is our task about 5% on the banking sector. And no one more I will deal with that briefly. A year effort senkanye the cleanup no. I think say during the COVID time, I don't know what would have happened to this country. And you know, it's a necessary decision that must be made, and people should not look at the debt balance. Even if in CDSA, based on the exchange rate, it could be more than 291 billion ocean. But I think recently I heard, yesterday or today, I was reading somewhere about the cedi appreciating against the dollar. And to be no says, if we do the calculation, with the cedi appreciating, that 291 billion, because it's tied to the dollar. But the dollar balance is about 50.8, and that's a 51 billion is where we stand. The key thing is, with this budget, based on the consolidation going forward, we can reduce the budget, or we can reduce the debt stock just by having the economy perform again. If we begin to produce, if we begin to make this economy strong and expand the GDP base, you realize that we'll be in a position to lower that just by, not even just by paying it, just by making the economy stronger. And the decision, the policy contained in this budget can achieve that. And so, on one hand, if you look at the debt as an absolute number, now you look at who is running the affairs of the country and what the nipano waye bibi ofa economy ni fee and bibi odi ababedru. Na one susu na obi ankofa amba COVID ebe high no. The capacity of sa aban no and the leader in the realm etumi e free sa te chena and is ifoja emu no. The capacity exists. Adeba kwa mesre na ma yenyina beti ase ne say both NDC and PP. Let's move away, especially NDC, move away from the extreme politicization, because Obi adeba kwa mehuni ne say NDC for no and coming around to accept say BBS krumu ha NC aye COVID. A game changer to the extent to say Obi and now who say a GDP and I will hover almost around 7%, about do 0.9%. Obi and down, na ye example ye see Cote d'Ivoire. Ye example ye see way omo my experience way. Omo economy is totally different from ours. Totally different from ours. What do I say?
How different? For example, Cote d'Ivoire.
Cote d'Ivoire, for example, OSHA currency, it's not controlled by them. Okay?
Yes.
So it is tied to a European economy.
France.
Their central bank is the central bank is run by the French government. So literally, you cannot compare the two. They have a buffer. The price system is a bit more stable relatively compared to ours. And you can't compare us. In fact, all payers are comparison just because I believe in making comparison. But in this case, it's an anomaly. You can't do that. And even that, the impact of COVID is uneven in Ghana and over there as well. The measures government took here, the Boa Ghana for, it's not the same thing they did in Ivory Coast. So if you are going to compare those two things now, you must be able to compare across all the indicators or the points across the line in terms of what the approach was to solving the problem. No, so to me, compare na answer what reach conclusion be. I can say, oh, we mu yade na we mu anyade. But the who here no, and they say Obi, Ghana I say a tier one say. Na ye who say economy way no, you bet to me asan pejabu. Budget way gives us opportunity to do that. Ma a binomo opposition agenda. And my young Philly say, a dear ya be paying. Yen to me. A buying or teso no a teso na a bisa economy now to me affects here. Enti no say be ya budget ne be so se no Ghana for nyina say nyina eji tum ne ye president. I think say is almost a prophet because what comes to mind they say or inaugural speech now mobilizing the whole country. They say me ma except me kwame ba be Ghana yi me ba say nyina be Ghana yi. That was the essence of president's statement. They say let no one be a spectator. Because you know, from that outset, you know, the amount of a juma or share say a yema Ghana to me a free sat a chain mono. In Yinani say sumu. Say about taxes, some say about benefit in Yinabenya, say development ababa, say a galam say a becon galam say, metisa krumu hona min say a be ye galam say bush, I casse me and ya, a semi beam anonami kebi. Because I buying a yena and ya buying. Ain't from that point, and they say, let's all engage. That is the call, I think, I say a sign here at this point. COVID, I best say, Nama ye to me, I am Ghana. The budget to be about, I say, Yina, yan faka cra and to foot. Na yen san fanye Ghana withdrew. Say, free mufia. We'll go back to the normal situations. But and then we have to do it. Obi. So our savings account to be that baby. Now who chirowa. O use. Onya hoden a utumi san koye dwuma because nkwani hia the Ghana fo nyina yente ase na opposition agenda no yembongu because be bia ye wo no sa back and forth NDC position MPP position emboy ye hia Ghana position and Ghana position and say kwan ben so and e betumi apagya Ghana if it start to change se be ya asem a efi COVID mobile no you bet to me nyoma ya say no you bet to me ayen hyehyɛ na ya prepare hospital investment as ye na you make sure say chirima enko sa tibia mu bi na say tibia no yi sa COVID situation be a play in the future krano a ye ma and say government no will be in a better position to help. Say Ghana for enko kamu kwan bi so enti eno and I mean who there's the sum of this budget. I say you sign a book Ghana who buying. Now you make sure say maybe I war answer COVID buy no. You bet me assign page Ghana kwa draw. So economy no banner say I think estimate and penny 4 year and they say GDP will go back to about 5%. 5%. Yes, and the deficit, you know, they are estimating about 9.5 will bring it back down. That's bold. Okay, what I say. And you know, we mo idea I say but at some back on make track for na opinion ban say. The same spirit of participation, say the ban. I think say, Emnaso say we have to encourage GRA positive. Quite beso. Moyen kakra. Mate and this for a pedophobia menu medin come so estimate you know the expectation of revenue no too unrealistic. One catcher say unrealistic. You want many avenues are a bit to me a fast. Say see Koran or some 15 point something million people you can identify them as taxpayers. Okay, so bring creative means say bia. So me Koran also okay, obi bia or citizen or find a way to track obi as a one city Koran benya. Yan kasa ye kro ne ye hu. Obi ani baby o ba Ghana mayen. Until we have to take that responsibility. Until no American say GRA yen fuck kwan beso. Omo systems no ye too a cake. So obi a pay tax ajama buy. Wo betua tax so kon hoko kra na watena ho no mo hwe na yes they must be responsive. Omo system of collecting should respond to the taxpayer. And the taxpayer the be di omo chi no ha no say ko room 24, ko room 35. That kind of system must change. So that a buying estimate how you know, you be to me achieve. Or be na strong institutions. There must be institutions that must accept themselves and do their work. Omo ya bobo mabaso. Omo anyanso so bobo. De biara da set target. Abai we are there. And GRA under this government. I mean other ones progressively no more increase. And under the first 4 years of Akufo-Addo, they have done very well. But American and they say they have capacity to do more, especially now. This property tax let's find creative. Let's not wait to say we'll find a perfect implementation. What is the gonna ya tell us this category ya mark no money na. Ya mark say don't make it big. 1,000, 2,000, you try OT, East Cantonment, I say, OT, Labonia, say. Yes, starting with that, then we'll fine tune it as time goes on. We need the revenue to build this country because a year,
wow. Richard Ahiagba and the attending Kano, Honorable Richard Achampong, Budget 2021 matters arising. For more minority in Parliament, you voted in unison against the budget. And then a moment who Ghana for whom here.
Obi, I'm say, many are Richard Akasa Bebre. Na say aboado fidie ne chena ne sunko. Ejana ne sunko. So 2015-2016, say na nuanu MPP for kasa. Tama yes, yenko senchi. Na nyina yenko dwene kwan e be for so move this country forward. Omo boycott senchi ne se omonko. Tata na dum so how man no. Ni nyina ye issues, challenges economy na den face ye. Ye growth no reduce ye. Affect industry. Tata me ba ha generator ne so my amount for off. Ni nyina aban bia ba on the challenges eba. E be a natural. What I say, into a quite before so baby bia no, anything I talk about elected leaders. Leaders are there to solve problems. And not just for fun making. And I put some say when and who have into no media. So we put people in charge to solve problems. If there are no problems, there is no need to waste our time to elect leaders and pay them. And until someone paying money in tax, money be beer than the river who ban piano or money just to think outside the box. Now, son, I'm about Miss Samuson. Many are rich, the Casano say, yes, I took Cote d'Ivoire, other countries. It's like we are comparing apples with mangoes. The compare no any able to compare. My refer to the budget, or more budget or more presenting. They provided us a data. What I say? Data no and a year my interpretation of the data now on market side then at the buyer. In the social budget now a year pay 12 of 2021 budget no. On my list ECOWAS growth rates. Countries our sub region no quite more far so then dealing with the pandemic na how end 2020 financial year no. And my year raise the issue say by the end of 2017 no Ghana your growth rate na 8.1%. Cote d'Ivoire na 7.4%. We am one kasa data and ye ni akotan baby atwere. Omo na edema so we are giving interpretation to the data they provided. Oko Senegal is 7.4%. Mintimi boni nyana Benin 5.7%. In the midst of COVID no ya nya adie different bia say other countries no bi anya bi. Every country took a decision to deal with the pandemic. Nobody went to sleep. By the end of 2020 no economy no I grew to 8.1 in 2017 no we grew by 0.9%. Cote d'Ivoire now when ya even 8 no nya 7.4 no they grew the economy by 1.8%. 1.8 higher than the 0.9 that we did. Benin no nya 5.7 no they grew the economy by 2%. Benin by 2%. And then I year compared data from the MS. So if we were able to do 8.1, because when it comes to resources, you'll be changing Benin and all that. And they say, you're spending so much because we have enough resources and all that. You know. They were able to grow the economy up to 1.8%. We did 0.9%. So what are we talking about? Cote d'Ivoire now will grow the economy 7.4. No? They did 1.8. Benin 5.7. They did 2%. So anya conjecture. Ni can sembia with data now provided here a table 1 and a my interpretation to it. Obianco financial sector. Omobabe introduced to 5% tax. Tax in some of the banner on gross profit. That's before a profit. Into Yahuni say a expenditure item for the financial sector. Now back our national stabilization levy of 5%.
Yes.
And then this and this alone a tax in the buy. and we put in the law a sunset clause. And by the end of 2017, nanka tax na then ye tuye wi. Aban na also babe nuisance taxes every ho. Aban na also babe dwindwin amanfo ho no. Oban no extend this tax no for another 5 years. So the banks are paying 5%. Aban ke twem da be new tax to them. Obake be ye ho argument o mo say ye new tax. Na what tax no end 2017. Until beyond 2017, so be 2018 a new tax to the person. So a new investor put over business no more. This is the first time over betria. 5% in wo hold that. Aban say or Sababa impose another 5% to recover the financial sector cleanup. And after profit too. Before profit. Wouldn't tell me yes, sir. Because by the end of the day, the bank need to declare loss. They are not going to pay the 5%. Yeah. So they are charging you upfront. Until whether you make profit or loss or no, you have to pay the 5% to government. And this I won't say, when the bit years are cost or no. And you and I. Until they can end this assembly. Because by the end of the day, no, cost of borrowing will go up. Charges on the services of the financial sector will go up. COT and any other charges, be about internet banking, everything will go up. Because the banks will pass it on to you. Because they're part of their cost item. Yes, your financial sector growth now, never hold that down. They say once you table 6, or money provide the paragraph 20 of the budget. And the NDC 2016, the financial and insurance activities, 2014 21.4%, 2015 12.9%, 2016 and the year 8%. Into after this financial sector, I can say numbers no mukuku no na nya ade be emwa. Omu airport to 17.2%. And this also financial sector region now so there. Say expected be kwa nanim. 2018 the financial sector grew by negative 8.2%. Negative 8.2%. 2019 1.6%.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FA.
And the year ended 2020 4.7%. Sector a free 21%. I must say, the best we can report on 4.7%. That's the banks and I say institution collapse and I say I taking those diver. Obi, your money stimulus package, and money sustain or break even. And some now you're taxing and I say at that time now finding the feet and they impose taxes on them. Because it came to meet it around 21%. Okay, so we are clean up about 17%. As I'm speaking, 4.7%. So what will inform your decision to introduce further tax on them? And this tax is not after profit. Like I say, we declare profit and making a profit in it before profit. Into about an expenditure on them. Meanwhile, no, you need thousands of people and lose so much more financial sector. It is uncle for Nanke banks in the general monaso. Nanka creating employment. That's a future taxes be bad because they will pay their payee contribution to government and all that. They will buy goods and services, indirect taxes. They will pay naka yenyesika and that be this economy. This is the time I say who collapse banks and more. And I say and this and a minority of can we are. And you say you're obstructionist, and I say we are not trying to help government fight the pandemic or save the economy. The decision no taken no you say and you're healthy. One my financial sector no ain't me na so. It's as simple as that. You see abandoning your discipline. COVID-19 by any nature by revising your budget. It we knew what was at stake. Na nya accident biom. Measure said to talk coming in no ye hu ye. In the revised budget no Abaka Church of spending 97 billion. In the revised budget, they ended the year spending 100 billion Ghana cedis. That's a what about when you're disciplined? How can you call on the citizen to be disciplined? Or for debt, me tisa I analysis so na. Obi I can't contain my laughter. Say NDC for and the can. Oh, Richie, don't do that. Say NDC for the all things being equal. Certain things must remain constant. By the end of 2016, interest payment on loans na 10 billion.
Ekosiisen on
2020 interest payment kwano and rising up to 24 billion. Eti ye you see this when jamaka. Ye jamaka nyina ne interest ye tua ne 10 billion. Ye nia ban mu ye ma obusan bi ama mo biom. Ye na interest payment na fi 10 according to 24 billion. What's the end this asem?
So be a lot of the facilities are moje, you know, repayment no so or more breso. And
I'm talking about interest payment, not repayment, not principal. You service the existing loan.
okay.
Into existing loan na ye jahwa kono. Na your program say in 2016 no, we are paying 10 billion as interest, not principal.
Okay.
And you be ko say loans be crop no, why you restructuring? Into interest rate na ba for me boy. This interest rate about for ma. Say payment say about for. A gallop from 10 to 24 billion.
Yeah, not necessarily.
I'm coming. What are we seeing in 2021? They are projecting an interest payment of 35 billion in 2021. And also NDC for us. Mami for data natural. Now can say be a metona. Maybe bobo mitrim. Me say what budget thing the what kind. What be the one nisu huna de bebre. It's what kind there. O sha appendix in a womb. O makasa say osime boa okuta budget ni bi.
Asempa FM.
Page 63.
Okay.
35 billion
Interest payment
for 2021.
projected 2021.
That's it. It's about the catcher me said 2021. Obemo Brazil revenue of 72 billion. Out of that, we expenditure about 113 billion. Another gap of 41 billion Ghana cedis. And the advice the government say we need to cut back some expenditure
Asempa
because
FM.
we don't have enough resources. Everybody is complaining about pandemic. Your problem. We are dealing with the pandemic. So let's cut our quota according to our size. So economy no rebound. We can do any other expense we want to do.
But the expenditure, where do you cut? Because what kind budget now? 72 billion expected revenue. A 61 billion compensation payment and interest on loans. Said you work I cut 10.5 billion for all other government expenses. I'll be. Where do you cut?
Obi, what do you mean? Something at Pentecost said.
Yes.
Office of Government Machinery. Among budget 2.6 billion.
Office of Government Machinery.
2.6 billion allocation of budget 2021.
Can it be cut? You bet me no.
Yes. Presidential staff is no 1,000 plus. E be a photographer, Facebooker, e be a day.
Let's have parliament. Facebook can be anyway.
Sure. E be assistant deputy photographer. E be
a parliament list in him.
Yes.
Photographer womb.
Facebook book across was a photographer.
But when he was say Office of Government Machinery goes beyond the presidency.
And
it is broad.
I sit on the finance committee.
Okay, until you know better.
I know all the agencies that come under the procurement authority, the flagship and all. I know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
It's GRA personal can we just met GRA this afternoon. This is a document.
Yeah, that's true.
I can never come to this big platform and lie.
Yeah.
This afternoon.
Yeah.
I'm going to catch say you revise the budget. Revenue. Yeah, the moment so money 44,547 billion. In the midst of COVID, that you all the parameters, all the shocks, this is the revised budget at the moment 44.5 billion.
Ekosiisen on
But they
Asempa
ended up
FM.
collecting 47,451 billion. An excess of 2.9 billion.
They overperformed.
Yes, this is what they are saying.
2020.
Yes, in the midst of COVID. So why are you blaming COVID on everything? It's about revenue.
No.
Okay, do you mean say COVID did not affect government revenue?
Seriously.
Affected no.
I affected by I affected it seriously. Because say you say your COVID. You ain't mean the sika bebre. Because of that, some project we ain't mean me boy. Eti ya who a traffic, container traffic, airport passenger throughput and all that.
Yes.
Into your calculations with estimations.
Asempa
So
FM.
GRA can correct 44 billion or 44.5 billion for us. The main budget, you know, that man on to me because you COVID. Business has slowed down, my boy. And I'm okay, I will say, in the midst of COVID, they were able to exceed the revised budget by 2.9 billion, it was about 3 billion. It all was not lost. This is what they are telling us. Once another culture was COVID will come with negativity and positivity. The telcos were cashing in because online programs and all that. The financial sector was also cashing in. Mobile money business, but about the import and other activities, recreational facilities, trade and this hotel business, and other restaurants, and they were a very hard hit. What I say? This is the report they are giving us. And you may
now, did COVID let them maybe revise on target for the year? Now, I'm a target never from, and for that reason, they've been able to
target them just a target never from.
Okay.
One would have expected, say, COVID didn't a problem. It's a reversible from Punuka, they cannot meet it.
Oh, you think so?
No, me just say, just read the budget.
No, sir, because of the COVID challenges in meeting the original target, you know.
Minister, look, so what kind of test of the budget now, page 1 now? Or see, they were anticipated a negative growth. But they ended up with 0.9%.
Yes.
What I say?
Yes.
What are the reasons? I must say, icons no me introduce you, know. A boa momutimi, a generating more revenue over the port. What I say? I must say, other measures they put in place to plug the loopholes. Some audits to be on year another day. Minister, now what said they should be up and doing with hearing. They are also telling you say they did certain things right. Into the midst of COVID, you know, so they were able to exceed their revised target. You know why? When we say with hearing, you know, say mechanic pay. They are not on normal salaries. They are on retention.
Retention.
Up to 3%. Until the more they correct, the more money they get.
Yeah.
If you motivate them, they also correct your money for you.
No, it shouldn't be.
No.
That's the system they operate.
When you're talking
Because
about,
they are not on government subvention directly.
when you
I'm
want
not
to
saying that it should be that way.
No, but the point is when you want to increase productivity, you talk about better conditions of service. And this will be real Sikano. So pay him well.
So yeah. There
are exceptional cases where there are more.
Remember what was my breaking story way in Chem, and this is from the NDC's National Secretariat, a statement signed by Johnson Asiedun Ketia, General Secretary of the party, and it's a statement addressed to Mr. Bernard Alote Jacobs. Dear Sir, expulsion from the party for indiscipline. Expulsion from the party for indiscipline. At our meeting on Wednesday, 17th March, the Functional Executive Committee of the NDC considered the report and recommendations of the Disciplinary Committee on the case of misconduct and anti-party behavior brought against you, Mr. Alote Jacobs, pursuant to Article 48(1)(b) and 8(b) of the NDC Constitution. The committee's report, which is herein attached for your attention, found you guilty of the said allegations of misconduct, anti-party conduct, and recommended, among other things, your immediate expulsion from the party. The Functional Executive Committee, acting in compliance of Article 14(1) of the NDC Congress, Article 48(1) of the NDC Constitution, has unanimously adopted the report and accept fully its recommendation for your expulsion from the party. You are therefore, by the decision of FEC, being expelled from the NDC, and for that matter, no more recognized as a member of the party, and cannot carry yourself as such. You are by this letter and pursuant to Article 48(10) directed to return any party properties that may be in your custody, and shall forfeit any monies, dues, or subscription fees made to the party. Yours sincerely, signed, Johnson Asiedun Ketia, General Secretary, and it's copied to the regional chairman, Central Region. It is the letter Bernard Alote Jacobs, no, and NDC as a party, a permanent party name, on yet recognized as a member of the NDC bill. Alote Jacobs is no more a member of the NDC. He's been expelled from the party. That's the breaking news I in Saka Yede Amamo, contained in a letter addressed to him personally from the party's general secretary. 40 after 6. I was saying, I did you media no eba a year, maybe 2 minutes each. In the honorable for Anusi in 2 minutes.
Now, before me tuning in and come on, maybe I said not reaching
2 minutes. 2 minutes, Pat, not reaching in fact. Sorry.
Obi, okay, sir, we voted against the policy document. The budget in our 3 stages. Mm-hmm. The first one is the policy underpinning all the estimate and all that. And now, like I said, the reporting style, no, we have a problem with it. They've admitted. Next, they should do the correction.
Okay.
Because the international community have raised all these issues. And I'm saying, okay, let's approve this budget. 2022, they will change the reporting style. So no, we have the opportunity to do the needful.
Okay.
I want to go far.
Problem
never made yet to solve, because this is the first time I talk about policy documents since I went to Parliament 2013. Tamanti wanted to register our displeasure. Yeah, we are not dealing with the estimates, sector by sector. They come at the Ministry of Finance. Yeah, we are the last bit about appropriation. Yeah, we are quite near and some tax bills on the baba. There's 1% on VAT, mother flat rate. My make one. But kaya ban we buy you introduce 3% flat rate VAT. You advise someone say the cascading effect, because that will be tax on tax.
Yeah.
Because previously, you do the input and output analysis, so you can claim back. But in this case, in the flat rate, so they just calculate on your volumes and apply the percentage. There's no opportunity to say you file for tax credit or any other thing. And people don't have the ability to do the computation. There's also a crown in your percentage, you know that also. Until you show the distribution chain now, retailer be apply the percentage. Until 3%, people will end up paying 27%. And the massacre for another 1%. I'm not quite 4%. Flat rate. Health insurance now move 2.5. Mama, agent brand and say separate tax.
Yeah.
Must add another 1%. About 3.5%. National health insurance. In terms of import from after the bill is passed to law, they are going to pay all these taxes. Now be businessman on the motivation here there. They are in to make profit. By the end of the day, cost of doing business will go high. Okoto petrol, this energy sector levy here will increase in petrol will cost automatic case can cost tomatoes are not before car no so bar tomatoes are that on so betum. Civil servant now on so ye jumano ye say na ketriano and shy intimentum. Ye betum pe be a marginal increase na de be mano. Until the disposable income of the person will reduce. But not the day, no, because a regressive tax. Oko pump so kwa top petrol 1 gallon. Sikani better 1 gallon. Oyen better 1 gallon. The way to make us okay, sikani be better to be the car sunti. What 10 gallon tomorrow no better no be more. But the bottom line is tax on each gallon you never pay. Until by the end of the day no, on income no constant. But he's paying more taxes in the midst of this COVID-19. Some are saying a push more stimulus package to sustain their business, create more employment, so that those people will also help us pay the taxes that or the revenue that we want to generate.
Okay.
So we are going to tax the existing taxpayers. Financial sector now, I don't know you increase some corporate tax no more. No more that you are just placing 5% on their gross profit. When you say, I don't know who is advising them. So, but say, share or man, watch money idea. So that okay, no. If you know how to bring back the economy, but don't know how to bring back life there, let the people live. When they live longer, they will work and pay taxes so that we can build the economy. And stop throwing out these numbers. Say, okay, I want to grow my economy to 5%. By the end of the day, if you don't need to why never hear geometry tax and amount? A comes to Kunipa.
Honorable, Mamenase.
Richard,
2 minutes.
Obi. Honorable no Kasano or Benin.
Yes.
Say omo grow 2% and Ivory Coast. As my meka no wakano. The common denominator between these two countries is their currency. They are all tied to the CFA. And you kasa na makasa so kasi so because one kasa sama okaino confirms what I said earlier. What I say? What I 2 minutes, Mr. What I say?
Yes.
Sure. Honorable, I saw Jitumu say Ghana, you want na me no why. It's not the same Ghana. Not me no you will move before COVID by. Your masses, you have to admit COVID. Sure. Can revenue revise and achieve target. What if COVID didn't come and no man revise it? And no more CD 47 billion almost at here. So you have to admit that. But Obi, okay, maybe in 1961, JFK. What na the inaugural address or say, ask not what your country can do for you.
Yeah. But what you can do for your country.
Na sa breno na America.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
The height of the Cold War. Now the race to the moon. Now was so giddy. America needed to mobilize the spirit of the country. America force yan sorry name yan money. We are in a moment such as that. I say Ghana for near see mobilizing and we are okay in our metia. Sure, Obi, MPP, your tradition. We are not taxes. Yeah, taxi or minor on fan your man withdraw. We use production and the market system is what we use. Into the year no so pes obi a bad advocate so man taxi I MPP. And yen this the because I tell omono the omuni tax. Yen taxes. Enti to sit here say ye can't tax one semono. I somewhere I me do sebeka. But a doom pempe subia say yan sodi waka say Ghana for say yankasa ye kro bibi esi. Enti ye say ye Ghana ye Ghana wodru na ye pe konya say ye faso na ye boaboa sika no na ye ma Ghana ye tumi sodi gyina na so bio say sa bre no mu na ye di san komo wo ya mentiase se bebra o kasasa because it is not normal time. It is not normal at all. Etro, let's not ask what tax rebate government can give to Honorable Achampon. But let's find out, say, what can Honorable Achampon do for Ghana in moments such as this? Then pa na yenyina betumi aye aboa Ghana because baby aye gina no enye baby pa. Yeah na nanomo ebre eba ye say Ghana yakoshe nkwaso mu Ghana hayanka say asase so. Ebi bedi ye so ha no mu ya yakayaka de mpenifo so de ka say da bi ye ntena ho saa. Ye befa kwan bi so yanka say betutu e botom. Ebi business people almost so ebe finance mo de monko so na monko sika mo be hia se mo fa ka mo ko ha mo ba no musuo ne de aka nyina no ye be fa ho ka but monko ma ye ngi fa ho de magana emre bi ba ye nanane mo ye sa ya de abeto ye so and I say nkoso a ye nya in the last 4 years and Akufo-Addo na ya tenase Ghana ye de ye ntumi fa nko hye obi nsa so Ghana de edrui monje na monye maye na wa tenase se ni nyina mu no ye be pe kakra wa ha ya pe kakra wa ha obi o mani number ye mpeni na omonso Ghana ha na omo ka bakoso maka so sa bre no na me papa o hobi na ban course atibia o emu de omo fa so tumi tete Ghana ana say ye Ghana ho edru ma Ghana ko ni mu ne say ye de to kakra ba ye ma nya sika kakra boaye eno so ye history because senkanya COVID obi metuma kansi su pen say na honorable mpo betumi akase nka this tax measures no abawe farmer because ye buy no na nuisance tax bebe wo ho aye titi free ho aban we nya aban a wo hwe ya bakosam mu ene de agidi no a ye nya nkrofo aye tax enti ne ye ba ne ye ka say mine we be ye hu aduro not through tax but through production ye buy so ye start here na wo hear say na economy ni grow. But as somebody atu ye ne COVID no ye ka mo pesa mo ditu mu se asesa nyoma ma ye no ɛno na ɛyɛ problem no ɛnyɛ tax anaasɛ ɛyɛ budget no yɛ problem ɔmo failure sɛ ɔmo bɛ admit sɛ covid aba ma na sesa nneɛma Ghana ha no ɛno ɛna ɛyɛ problem a NDC for a ɔmo de kan nsɛm ato Ghana for trimu a Ghana for a mobilize sɛ yɛpɛ sɛ yɛma Ghana kɔ anim no ɔmo de ɛde etumfu tregu ni pɛni yɛn kɔ so ne yɛn te aseɛ sɛ Ghana for yɛn ɛbɛyɛ ama na yɛyi mmerɛ a yɛwɔ mu no ɛyɛ mmerɛ a mu ɔdene but wɔ leader wada adwene Ghana ho sɛ ne nyinaa mu no yɛbɛyɛ ama na yɛyi enti mmerɛ a yɛwɔ mu no ɛnyɛ mmerɛ a yɛ normal enti a yɛde tax aba a ɔsensene sɛdeɛ ɔsensene no ɛyɛ mmerɛ a ɛsɛ Ghana for yɛn nso so yɛ respond sɛ let's not ask what Ghana can do for us but let's do for Ghana what we must na sɛ Ghana do saa mpɛmpɛnsoɔ no a ɛsɛ otumi yɛ bi ma yɛ no na wayɛ ma yɛ saa berɛ no yɛma yɛ nananom ɛna bɛnya ho fa so mmerɛ aba sɛ yɛnsi yɛn build it na yɛn make Ghana the greatest country it can be.
Richard Ahiagba ɛna mote ne nka no panyin a ɔda Dankwa Institute ano ɛno no saa nso na MP a ɔno ɛwɔ Bea East constituency Honorable Richard Achampong mote